If a man isn't willing to give you what you need, then stop giving him what he wants. I felt that was the perfect quote to start this off with, because I can't tell you how many times I've had women come to me, complain about certain issues with this man and what he's not doing. And in my head, I think, but why are you still with him? Like, why are you still providing benefits to this man who is unwilling to pour into you in the ways that you need, in the ways that you desire, in the ways that would allow you to be happy and fulfilled in this relationship? Now, I know why, because a lot of people are struggling with unhealthy attachments, which stems from a lack of healing, so on and so forth. We're not going to go down that path today. What I want to focus on is to just highlight the type of men that you need to stop dating, or the things that when men do them, stop staying and entertaining that guy, because it doesn't get better by essentially accepting this behavior. And when I say accepting, you could scream, kick, you could try to punish him by not having sex or whatever the case may be. But as long as you remain in that relationship, you are essentially telling him he is allowed to continue with this behavior. There is no true consequence to his actions, because your punishment is temporary to him. You're just having a moment. She's in one of those moods. She'll get over it. You know what I'm saying? That's literally how some men are thinking, because you're not actually leaving. So let's get into it. The first thing that you need to be mindful of is when a man is a horrible communicator. So again, as I said, I'll have posts, whether that be quotes or videos or whatever, talking about communication and how to talk to a man, and you need to talk to him and address the red flags and all these things. And women will come back at me saying, well, how can you talk to someone who doesn't want to talk to you? How can you talk to someone who shuts down on you? How can you talk to someone that's so disrespectful to you? And again, you at that point, you don't keep trying to talk to them. You leave them. All right. I'm sorry to laugh, but you leave them. Like, if you have made an honest attempt at rectifying the situation or trying to address the issue, you don't need to continue after that. Though I tell you in countless videos to address the red flags, I never say give the man a free pass on his nonsense. I don't say ignore the fact that he's unwilling to fix it. No, I say if he's not going to fix it, then you must walk away. So communication is something you have to hold to a high standard, because I can tell you this, there is no healthy, successful, long-term relationship that hasn't learned how to communicate with each other, or that doesn't involve two people who haven't learned how to communicate with each other. That is always a foundational piece to the success. So a man who is a horrible communicator, I understand and acknowledge that some men have not learned how to talk, that some men struggle with expressing themselves. I'm not knocking anyone for the struggle. I'm knocking them for their unwillingness to be better about it. Their unwillingness to work on it, all right? Their unwillingness to show you that they're making progress in their area so that you understand, okay, this is just something that he has to get better at, rather than he just refuses. And the refusal to do it, in many cases, is not even about he can't. It's a sign that he doesn't want to, because he's not serious enough about you in this relationship. So you have to be mindful of that. Again, if he can't talk to you, there is no point in carrying this on. Now, I have to stress, you have to make sure that you are doing your part in trying to communicate effectively. You cannot just expect someone to be open and transparent with you if you're not open and transparent with them. You cannot expect them to want to have conversations with you if the minute they open their mouth, you're jumping down their throat. You are making them feel judged. You are over talking them constantly. You're dismissing how they feel, because you know if they did that to you, it would piss you off. And you would have a really, really big problem with them. So do not do things you wouldn't like being done to you. And make sure you're learning how to express yourself in a calm, loving manner. And if that cannot be respected and honored, then yes, You need to let him go and not date that kind of a guy. All right, so the second thing that if a man does, that means you need to stop dating this type of a guy, is he won't spend any money on you. Now, if you've seen some of my other videos, then you may know where I stand on money, but let's refresh those, or let me bring many of you up to speed, okay? Now, let me make clear, I am not advocating for this man has to spoil you with money. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying that's not the standard I'm setting right now in this video, in this example, all right? So this isn't about that he needs to pay all the bills, even though I, again, support and believe in that. It's not what this is about. I'm specifically talking about he won't spend any money on you. Now, for some of you might say, that's crazy. There's no man that's not spending no money. Oh, yes, there is. There are plenty of scenarios, plenty of situations that I have dealt with through clients where the man is not coming out the pocket at all. Anytime a bill comes, it's excuses, it's splitting the bill, it's whatever, but it's not him paying for her, buying her something, whatever. And unfortunately, there's a lot of women who accept this because, one, you've either been convinced or convinced yourself that it's noble, all right, and shows that you're just a wonderful woman because you don't care about his money. But you're missing a deeper issue, a deeper point that's being made by his unwillingness to spend money on you. And that's the point that, let me paint this picture. You'll have situations where the man, again, when it comes to buying the woman anything, paying for stuff out of his pocket, he won't do it. The most he'll do is pay half of what his half is. That's it, right? So, and sometimes maybe let's say he's struggling. He claims he's doesn't have much money right now. He's going through a rough patch, whatever. Let's say months in, you go to his house one day and he got himself a new PlayStation, right? And you're like, well, wait a minute. How you get a play? You don't have no money. Oh yeah, I saved up or I did whatever and I was able to buy this PlayStation, right? Because I've always wanted it. What that shows you right there is his unwillingness to spend money on you, but he can buy the things that he wants, like a PlayStation, is because he sees value in the PlayStation and not in you. Now, again, I don't say that to hurt anyone's feelings that's going through it. However, this is the reality of it. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there.
Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,